Alright, so in this video we're going to be continuing on with our linked list series, and we are going to be focused on how to go about swapping two different nodes in a linked list. So what is the setup for this problem? So we're given a linked list here, visually depicted as we've seen in the past, and what we want to do is someone will give us two different keys. The keys correspond to the data elements in the nodes, and what we want to do is we want to swap the two nodes that contain those two keys. So for instance, if the function prototype, let's say, was key 1 and key 2, and both of those were, let's say, B and C for the sake of example here, then what we'd want to do is swap the nodes in this list so it's not A, B, C, D, but A, C, B, D. So that is the problem at hand. And I guess before I say any more about this problem, if this is the first time you've seen it, or if you want to try to give it a shot on your own, I'd encourage that. So feel free to pause the video and then to unpause when you've given it a fair go. So with that said, let's go ahead and try to break down how we might go about solving this problem. So one way in which you can solve it is we can iterate, let's say, through the list. And as we're iterating through the list, we want to keep track of certain pieces of information that are going to be helpful, so that way we can move around these arrows in such a way to properly point to the orientation that we want it to point to. Essentially, we want to change the next pointers of these nodes, so that way the orientation is one that corresponds to the swapped orientation, if you like. So basically what we can do to keep track of both the previous and current node for the nodes that we wish to swap, because that information will be useful to us. We can start off on the first node, the head node of the list, and we can keep track of both the previous and current node by initially setting the previous node equal to none, because there's no previous node to this node right here. The current node will set equal to the head of the list, which in this case is the node with data element A. And then we'll proceed through the list looking at the data element and seeing if that data element of the node that we're on matches one of the two keys. So we're on this node here. Let's just say, for the sake of example again, that the two nodes we wish to swap are the ones with data elements B and C. So we're on this one. Previous is set to none. The current node is head. We check if the data at this node is either B or C. It's not. So what we do is we move the head pointer to the next node in the list, and then we ask the same question, making sure to update the previous node. So now the previous node is this one right here, and the current node is the one that we're currently on, consisting of B. And we check the data element of this node, asking if this corresponds to one of the two keys. And indeed, it does, because B is one of the keys that we want to swap. So what we do is we record that information, and then we do the same process for the second key that we're looking for. So that's kind of the general way that we're going to keep track of this information. And I suppose I should point out that two of the cases that we should be wary of when we're solving this problem are one where both of the nodes that we wish to swap are not head nodes, so that would correspond to the case where we want to swap B and C. Neither of those two nodes are head nodes. The other one that we want to be wary of is when either of the two nodes that we want to swap are head nodes, and that will just require a little bit more, a little bit of a difference into how we solve that problem, so we just want to be aware of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at, well, I guess before we do that, let's just go ahead and write up some code that will allow us to loop through this list and then keep track of both the current and previous node for the keys that were given in the function. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a function which I'll call swap nodes. It will take, let's say, key 1 and key 2, and what we're going to do right off the bat before we even start going through the list is we're going to say if key 1 and key 2 are actually the same element, then we just want to return. Well, why do we want to do that? If we're given, let's say, B for key 1 and B for key 2, there's nothing to do. There's no reason to swap anything because we're given an identical key. So we're just going to immediately return if both of the keys happen to be identical. So that's just kind of something that we can immediately disqualify. It's something that's easy enough for us to catch. So we can check if key 1 is equal to key 2, and if so, we can just immediately return since there's nothing to swap. So now let's go ahead and go through the logic for looping through the list, all the while keeping track of the previous and current node. So let's go ahead and define the variable, let's say prev1, which will be initially set to none, and let's say current1, which will be set to initially the head of the list. And what we're going to do is we're going to loop through the list in the following way. We're going to say while current1, namely while the head pointer is not at the end of the list while it's not none. So while we don't encounter the end of the list, and while the data element of the node that we're currently on is not equal to the key that we seek, we're going to keep looping through the list. So either we're going to reach the end of the list, or we're going to hit the node with the data element that we care about. So all the while, we're going to update the previous node equal to the current node, and then the current node will be updated to be the next node in the list. So if we go ahead and print out these things, let's say print prev1.data, and then we'll also print cur1.data as well. So if we print these out, I've actually already gone ahead and written in a function call to swap nodes down below, where I'm giving it an argument of B and C, just like we were considering on the slides. So B is key 1, and that is the one that we're looking for as we're looping through this thing. So if we print out the data points, or the data, let's say entries of these nodes, the current node that has the data that we care about, key 1, should be B. And then the node that has the node that precedes the node with data element B, in this case, is the node with data element A. So if we print these things out to the screen, we should see A and B. Let's go ahead and verify that is the case, just to be sure. So indeed, we see A, this is the previous node, and then B, that's the one, this is the node that contains data element B. So what we're going to want to do is pretty much the exact same thing, but for the second key. So we'll do exactly the same code. So prev2 is equal to none, current2 is equal to the head of the list, and then again, while the current node is not none and the current data element is not equal to the second key that we're given, we're going to update the previous and current nodes. So prev2 is equal to current2, and then also current2 is equal to current2.next. Right, so if we were to also print out prev2.data and current2.data, in this case, since we're feeding in C here as the second argument, what we should see is previous to would be B, because that's the node that precedes the one with element C, and then current to, the data element of that one, should be C. So the next thing that we can go and do before we go into considering these other cases is we can check something to make sure that the elements in the list that we found, the current nodes, actually exist. So what we can check is if not current 1 or not current 2, if either of these things are true, basically if either of those things are none, then one of those two things don't exist in the list, and we can't very well swap one thing with something that's not in the list and vice versa. So if any of these things are none, we're just going to return outright, because we can't swap for an element that's not present in the list. So now let's go ahead and go back to the slides. So the two cases that, again, we need to be wary of is one where both of the nodes are not head nodes, and the other one is where one of the two nodes are head nodes. So let's just take a look at an example where both of them are not head nodes. So in this case, what we can do is we can leverage the fact that we've kept track of the previous and current node. So for instance, these nodes in green are the ones we wish to swap. And what we can say is effectively what we really want to do is move these arrows around in such a way, these next pointers, so that the orientation is the orientation that we want, the swapped orientation, ACBD in this case. So we have the information about the previous node of one of the ones we want to swap, vice versa for C as well. And so what we can say is we can check if both of the nodes have a previous node. Now, if the node has a previous node, that's essentially telling us that that's not a head node. Why? Because let's look at the case where one of the two nodes is a head node that we want to swap. So in this case, the two nodes in this list, one of them is the head. And we're basically checking, okay, give me the previous node of this guy. Well, it doesn't exist. It's none, because there is none. So what we want to do in this case, where the previous node for one of the two nodes we want to swap doesn't exist, we want to set that next node equal to the head. So let's go back to the code, because maybe that will be a little bit more clear. So we want to check, is the previous node, is it a thing? Does it actually exist? Do we set it to something that isn't none? So if it does actually exist, then what we can do is we can set the next pointer of that equal to the current pointer of the second thing that we care about. Why? Let's go back to a picture here. So this is the case where the previous node exists, and then basically what we're doing is we're saying this thing here, well, or rather this thing. What we're doing is we're flipping around. We're saying, okay, give me. Let's actually go back up to this picture since we're only changing one arrow. It says change the pointer from the previous pointer here. So this is the previous pointer for one of the nodes we want to swap. And instead of pointing to this one that we want to swap, go over into the second node that we want to swap. So go from pointing to B to pointing to C. Update the next pointer. We want to do the same thing if the other node also does have a previous node. So in this case, C has a previous node, it is B. And we also want to update that next pointer in a similar way as well. So that's essentially what's going on there. So we can say if the first node that we want to swap has a previous one, go ahead and change the next pointer. And we can also do the second one. So if the previous two, if that one has a next pointer, then update that one to point to the first current node. So what happens if that's not the case? Well, if that's not the case, let's go back to the picture. If that's not the case, we have something that looks like this, where one of the two nodes, in this case A, doesn't have a previous node. So we want to essentially we want to say, okay, we're going to end up swapping these two nodes. The orientation in this case, because we're going to want to swap these two, is not going to be ABCD, it's going to be BACD. Well, if B is at the front of the list, A is no longer the head of the list. So we want to make sure that we set the head to be equal to the other element to be swapped. So head moved from A to B. So let's go ahead and just do that. So that's the else condition. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to say self.head is equal to current 2 in this case. And then also this one, there's an else condition here which also sets the head. This is just kind of the if the second node is the head, if we want to flip it to the head. This is equal to current 1. So we're not quite done yet. So we're not quite done here. Let's go back to these slides just to see what's left to be done. So let's just continue on with this case here where we want to swap these two nodes B and C. One of the things that we did, we checked if the first node that we want to swap has a previous node. Indeed, it does. That is A. And we've updated to point to the second current node. And then we checked if the second node that we care about has a previous node. That one is B. And then we've updated that to point to the first node. So you can kind of see the orientation's almost right. You have A, C, B, but then it doesn't really go on to D. So the final step in this and also the other one is to do the following thing. We want to essentially swap the next pointer of 1 and 2 with 2 and 1. So if you're not familiar with this sort of shorthand here, this is really just saying, I guess the more simple way to write this is AB is equal to BA. Let me just make that lowercase. So this is basically Python's shorthand for just swapping the A to be stored in B and B to be stored in A. It's just a shorthand for variable swap. And that's all we're really doing here. We're just swapping the next pointers of 1 and 2 with 2 and 1. And in doing so, we get the proper, if you read it from, I guess the arrows going from left to right, A, C, B, D. And that's exactly the orientation that we want where we're swapping the nodes B and C with each other. So let's go ahead and add that to the final part of this function here. So let's say current1.next, current2.next is equal to current2.next, comma, current1.next. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of this extra space and let's see what happens when we swap these two nodes. So what we'll do is we're again starting off with this list ABCD. We're swapping the nodes B and C, and then let's actually verify that it's swapped by printing out the list. So we'll write that and we'll give that a run. So what we see here is ACBD, exactly what we hoped to expect when we swap these two nodes. Let's go back and let's actually try it when one of the two nodes is a head node. So in this case, the first key corresponds to a node which is a head node, and we want to swap it with one that is not a head node. So we want to swap A and C. So we should see CBAD. So let's go ahead and verify that actually works as expected, and indeed we see CBAD. Let's just check another one. I guess the final case is where this is not a head node, but this one is. Let's just verify very quickly that actually does what we expect. And since we just flip the order of the keys, we get the exact same list, but now the second key is was the head node, but CBAD is the same order. So that's pretty much it. And of course, the initial case that we caught at the very top of the function is to check that if we give it something like this where both of the nodes are the same, we should see the list just printed out as it is because there's nothing to swap A, B, C, D. Right, so that's pretty much it. That does it for this video. This is a little bit of a tricky function to write. There's some edge cases that are not super obvious, so if you didn't get this when you pause the video and try to solve it yourself, don't worry. I'd say just try to maybe take in this video, understand what's happening, and then maybe after a day or so try to solve it on your own and see if you can get through it. And if not, just refer back to the video and see what you missed. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and if there's any comments, concerns, or questions about any of this, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments as always. Likes, comments, subscriptions are always very much appreciated, so if you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate that. Thanks again for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.